Hump Day, Hollywood Hay. We got some comments to start the day. Good morning, Private Ross. How are you today? We got Jose Alameda from Venezuela. Welcome. Good to see you today. The card at hand is Gulfstream Park today. That is 1000% true. Two favorites, 3 and 4, by the way. The word favorite is a cryptographic code. All right, well, let us know all about that cryptographic code, my friend. Private Ross will let you know all about our Gulfstream Parks in just a minute. We'll also let you know all about our free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's a link in the description wherever you're following us. And you'll see that today, Louisiana Downs is the free track, opening up with an 870-yard sprint. Cat of Mine Tails. Speaking of cats, you ever sit around watching them funny cat videos where they just kind of smack the crap out of things, Terry?
Yeah.
They make you laugh. They're like, pow!
Yeah.
Hands are so fast. It's fun to watch. In any case, so make sure you get those picks over there, and they follow us wherever you're following us. Hit the like button and subscribe. Put us some thoughts in the comment section. Let us know what you're thinking today, and if there are any particular horses that you prefer. Let's start off in race number 1, Terry, today at Gulfstream Park. Your job is to tell us the conditions. Let's get going.
Well, the first race is on the turf, and it's at a mile 16th. It's a maiden claiming race, $50,000 claiming price. Purse $44,000 for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds.
Yes, indeed. At a mile and a 16th on that turf, what you're looking for in terms of the profile of a winner is a horse that has the ability to stalk a low number, about 13%, so about fair. Go wire to wire. The rail is mostly fair. 2 and 3 get a discount. 4 through 7 a bonus. 8 and out a small penalty. One of the things we do around here is 1,000 simulations. We want to know which horses have the best chance to get to the lead, and then which horses are going to get races today in their comfort zone. In other words, races today that match their top performances. Terry, who's got the speed today?
Well, as you can see there, that number 5 has all the speed in the world. Should get out of the gate fine and get to that quarter pole first. The 1 has an overlay from 5 to 1 to 6 to 1. The 5 has an overlay from 6 to 5 to 6 to 1. And the 8 has an overlay from 6 to 1 to 10 to 1. All but the 6 have par plus numbers, and all but the 7 have C zones.
So what is a par plus? Well, the folks at Prisnet give us a speed figure, the average speed figure. For the conditions, 74. And when we do our simulations, 536 of them out of 1,000, super amusing, had a speed figure that cleared that hurdle. You mentioned it has speed in there, Terry. It's also what we call lone E. It's the only speed horse in here. You don't have horses that can pilot or co-pilot, no co-pilots, no pressure types. You got a closer. The 2, 3, and 8, well, so far they've not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. The 7, Terry, today, its debut. Looking at that early speed, the 5 is indeed the fastest. About 13 points, every 5 points, 1 length, a lot faster than the rest of these horses. Looking at the late pace, well, pretty tight in here, only 6 points separating top to bottom. Top total pace horse is that super amusing, about 9 points clear of the rest. So get to the front and stay there, Terry. Is that the way for the 5 today?
I think so. I like the 5's first race here. Super amusing. Ran 3rd versus similar to her last race. She has the highest last race speed rating, and her best turf speed is fastest among today's starters. Number 3, Cocktail Kisses, second choice, drops in class today and has a high percentage winning jockey. 1, Force of Law is my third choice, finishing the money in 2 races out of 4 career starts, drops in class today, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The 2 is my long shot, drops in class today, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No bets for me in this race.
I like the 5 horse too. I think it maybe just has a little too much early speed for the rest of these horses in here today. Does have that top total pace edge too. The 3 horse Cocktail Kisses, well, if that one just reruns its last race, yeah, this race is probably over. Right now, Force of Law, this one is the favorite, the 1 horse. Should be better in the 3rd start after a layoff. Did improve its early pace last time out. And then Vacoma's War, as we start off this day, exactly the same, Terry. This one should have a bounce back race in its 3rd career start. I'm going to do a $1 trifecta box, spend 24 of my $100, excuse me, in our Benny and the Bets budget. The $1 trifecta box, 1, 2, 3, and 5. As always, with Gulfstream Park, they're a little bit behind schedule. So whilst they get themselves in order, Terry, let's talk a little bit about horseracingtoday.net. If you head on over there when the show is over, right smack dab in the middle of the screen, you will see Gulfstream Park picks for January 28th, Horse Racing Today. Click on that link right there. It'll take you to our thoughts for today, along with the replay of the show. On YouTube, if you go to the description where it says more, we will timestamp every race so you can come back and watch every race at your leisure to relook at the data, relook at our thoughts, maybe get a good laugh, and hopefully a couple of good picks along the way as well. And while you're at Horse Racing Today, hit this HRT gear button in the menu, support the show, look great by getting yourself some Horse Racing Today attire. You'll look your absolutely stunning best. We guarantee it. It's one of the few guarantees that we can make. All right, so they are starting to go into the gates right now. And if you're looking for some value, Terry, the best place to look is probably that 5-horse. We have it as potential morning line odds. Our simulation odds, again, we calculate in our 1,000 simulations how often the horse would win. And then we create odds from there to get our simulation odds. They're not going to be perfect. No odds making is, but what we're looking for is value. We want our horse to run at odds higher than our simulation odds so that you're getting more than you pay for. The 3-horse right now, Cocktail Kisses, has moved into the favorite status. Again, still getting some value on the 5-horse. And it looks like maybe you're getting a little bit of value as well on the 10-horse. And my screen is doing the buffer. Am I on the computer, Terry?
Yeah, you're still here.
All right. Let's see what in the hell. All right, so that one's not buffering. So let's go to this one instead. And they're off and they're running. And as we thought, the 5-horse just kind of sauntering off to a lead. I don't know what the fractions are going to look like, but he sure didn't look like he worked very hard. You have a bunch of horses trying to go wide through the turn. That's never really good. So looks like the 2 and the 7. The 2 horses in a good kind of shotgun spot there, taking cover. The 7-horse really forced wide, along with the 8. I would expect that both of those horses could struggle a little bit, or maybe, yeah, that was the 7 and the 8. They went through the opening quarter, probably a little on the quick side. It didn't look like they were running very hard. 23.5 seconds. I think that might be a little bit fast, although on the weekend during the Pegasus, some of those horses were just running crazy fractions. So I wonder if the track is still going to run fast off of the settings for the big day down there on the past weekend. 5-horse, yep, still your leader, 47-4. Slowed down a little bit, but still a little bit on the brisk side. The 2-horse right now, the Coma's War, that one is moving into second, is moving pretty nicely. I think that one right now is going to give the 5 a pretty big challenge there. The 1-horse coming up the rail, it's going to get itself involved. The 3 horses right there too. Looks like maybe the 6-horse might cause a little bit damage late in the race. But I think this run is going to come down to the 2, the 3, and the 1 with the 5 and the 5 and the 2 really duking it out. A little bit of a bump there maybe from the 5, maybe a little bit of a DQ coming. Tough to tell, or at least a downgrade. It's going to be between the 5 and the 1 at the finish line. The 1 gets up 1, 5, 2, 3, 1, 5, 2, and 3. So we do have the trifecta in our picks, the superfecta in our picks. The 1 ended up being the favorite at the end there. So it'll be interesting to see, though, what they do with that bump between the 5 and the 2 down the stretch there. So hopefully it pays more than $12, Terry, the trifecta.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, so we get a little bit more than my money back. All right, let's move on to race number 2 as our next thing on our schedule, Terry.
All right, so going into race 2, we're going to go back to 7 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $6,250 claiming price. Purse $22,000 for 4-year-olds and upward.
7 furlongs. There's a few of them on the card today. They start all the way in the back here. It's about as far back as they can start and make their way around to the finish line. Is it a sprint? Is it a route? Well, it acts like a sprint because early speed wins. 35% of the time it wins on the front. The inside 3 definitely have an edge. Discount 4 and out. The closer to the rail you are, the better. Terry, do we have any inside speed in spot number 2 today?
Not really. If you see there, they're all got speed, and the 1, 3, and 4 show the most speed. but I think it's an anyone's guess race here. The 3 has an overlay from 9-2 to 6-1. The 4 has an overlay 3-1 to 9-2, and the 5 has an overlay from 7-1 to 10-1. All of them show C par plus numbers, and all show C zone numbers. The 2 and the 3 have equaled the Q30.
Yeah, so if you take a look at the Q30 scores, Querin points, anytime a horse gets 30% of them, good chance that horse is going to finish in the money, and probably a pretty solid chance it's going to win too. As far as our race shape is concerned here for race number 2, we're looking at a field that wants to be all middle forward. Well, not surprising. Speed does fairly well. So let's see if who's got the most of it. Gone Nuts, a little bit quicker than the rest of the field. Really the only one that's not in that early race picture is the 5-horse Golden Skull. So it's definitely going to be maybe out of position for where it wants to be in that pressure spot. It could find itself in a closing role, which is not a bad spot to be, as it is one of your better closers. Again, 4 horses in the same zip code. Top total pace picture, we see 2 of them. 2 and the 3 that are 5 points clear of everybody else. So this race is probably the 2, the 3, and then everybody else in your handicapping. Terry, what do you think?
Well, I like the 2 as my top pick. Solomon's Gold won 2 races out of the last 3 starts and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then the 3 Gone Nuts is my second choice. Finished in the money in the last 5 races, winning 2 of those starts, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Starship Mocha, the 4th, my third choice, won 3 races out of the last 5 starts and drops in class today. His early speed running style will help his chances, and he can improve at this shorter distance. And then Golden Skull, the 5, is my long shot. Finished 6th in his last race after having have trouble, but won the prior start, and he can handle the shorter distance. I'm going to play the first Miami Vice pick 4. I'm going to play 2, 3, 4, 5 with the 2, 3, 7 with the 1, 2, 4, 6, finishing up with the 1, 3, $48 ticket.
I'm going to begin with the 2 horses like you, Solomon's Gold. That is the morning line favorite with that really strong C-zone. C-zone horses have been hot of late, getting trips that match their running style. 2 horses had the top last race speed figure, 5 points better than everybody else, and showed some improvement from the middle of the race to the end of the race. Many times those horses continue that momentum in the next start. The Thrill of the Victory, that one is the 1 horse. That one on the rail, 8-1 morning line, maybe. Good shot to be better in the second start after a layoff. And this horse either wins at Gulfstream or finishes off the board 4 times out. 2 of them in the winner's circle. 2 of them, the horse is still running. Starship Mocha, the 4 horse. Third up, Resume says that the 3rd of the series will be the best of the 3. I have Gone Nuts as my next pick. That one is the second choice in the top 30 in the QR as well. Another making the 3rd start after a layoff with a little bit of more late speed in its last effort. I couldn't find a race where I only wanted 2 horses, so I went 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 here, Terry. 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 8, 1, 5, 6, and then the 1, the 3, and the 4 to close out my early pick 4. Race number 3. Another one I couldn't find 2 horses in, Terry. What are they running for here?
Well, we're going to shorten up it even more at going to 5.5 furlongs on the all-weather track, and it's for maidens, 3-year-olds, and the purse is $30,500.
So 3-year-olds at 5.5 furlongs on that all-weather for the maiden claiming type. You want to be fast, Harry, because a whole bunch, 4 out of 10, win the race to the first call, and they have the name called first at the last call. Rail bonus, 2 and 3, they're hit kind of hard there, Mr. Terry. 4 through 7 is best. 8 and out is a discount. With all of the scratches today, I think there are only 5 horses in this race now, Terry. And I don't know why my computer keeps doing this, but it's been doing this to me the last couple days. Any computer expert out there can tell me why it goes blank? Yes, only 5 horses, Terry, one of whom is a first-time starter. Who's going to get the lead?
Well, all of them have speed that aren't first-time starters, I believe. And so it's sort of who knows, because they're all really close to one another in the speed data. The 4 has an overlay from 7-2 to 10-1, and the 8 has an overlay from 7-1 to 8-1. All but the 7 have par plus numbers, and all but the 8 have C zones. And if you look there, 3 and 4 have, and 7 have 31 Q30s.
Mm-hmm. Looking at, let's take a look at how the line out up on the track. 2 and 7 want the lead. 3 wants to be in a pressure position. 4 wants to close. Today, as I mentioned, the 8 gets going for the first time. So let's see. Do they line up relative to, well, the 2 wants to be front. He should be on the lead right there. But the 7's not all that far behind. The 3 will be in a pressure spot. The 4 might find itself a closer. The 7, if it doesn't get the lead and wants the lead, that can be a discouraging trip for that guy. Our late speed belongs to the 4. The closer, well, right where it ought to be. My boy Rocky, that 2 horse, does have a similar late speed, but look, there's only 2 points separating those 2 up top. Looks like this group can go around the track right next to each other all the way, except for the 3, Time for Restraint. Everybody else within 4 points in here, Terry. So, yeah, flip a coin, lands on the 3 horse for you.
That's it. Time for Restraint. He ran second versus Similar in his last race at Gulfstream Park and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. My boy Rocky, the 2, is my third choice, switches to high percentage winning trainer and wins 30% of the races when dropping a horse off a claim. He has a high percentage winning jockey and a bullet workout 3 furlongs on January 23rd. Senior Money is my third choice. The 7 had trouble in his last race and finished poorly. Drops in class today and has a high percentage winning jockey. Then Valid Sense, the 4, is my long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer and a good 3 furlong workout on January 26th. That's it for me.
I'm having all sorts of issues. Not only did it black out the screen, it blacked out me. I bet everybody's probably happy about that. So I don't know what I'm doing right there. So let's see if it works, continues to work. All right. So we're back in play here. I don't know what the hell is going on, Terry, but I know that I like the 8 horse in here as my top choice. Kavak, well, he's a highly rated first-time starter, 2.88 out of a possible 3 points. No horse that's got experience has hit par. When that's the case, you got to take the first-time starter. That last workout in 47 and change for 4 furlongs is quick enough to tell me, well, it's got every chance to beat these guys. My boy Rocky, speed, fade, first Lasix. First up after a little bit of layoff with a bullet workout in between spots. Time for Restraint, the 3 horse Terry. Another one making the 3rd start after a layoff. Really nice workout between races. The 7 horse Senior Money, speed in his 2nd start. Going to shorten up today. That could work to its advantage. I'm going to put $4 to win on the horse I think might be the longest shot on the board. $2 trifecta box. The 2 with the 3 and the 8. Speaking of trifectas, what did that opening one pay there, Mr. Terry, at Gulfstream Park? It paid for $1, $8.60. So you win a bet and you lose money. Never fun. Should have just bet it straight. But still getting back a little bit of money that I put out there today. That's the name of the game, right? Don't just get totally wiped out.
Yep.
Off to race 4 we go.
Okay, well, we're going to go back up to 1 mile and 70 yards on the all-mother track, claiming race 12,500. Purse 26,000. It's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 3 races.
So the $170 on the Tapeta, Terry. Stalkers do well. Be middle forward. Still 1 out of 5, 20%, close to it anyway, 19%. They do win on the lead, wire-to-wire types. There's a real discount for Lady Emily Catherine. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7's fair. 8 and out get discounted as well. Really, none of them are deal makers or deal breakers. But still, you'd like to have every edge you can get. Who has the edge at the go?
Well, they all show speed, but the one shows quite a bit more than all the rest. So the one get a good break and good decisions by the jockey, should get to that quarter pole first. 2 has an overlay from 5 to 1 or 4 to 1 to 5 to 1. The 3 has an overlay from 7 to 2 to 6 to 1. 5 has an overlay from 9 to 2 to 15 to 1. All but the 4 have par plus numbers, and all of them have C zones.
Indeed. All right. Well, race 4 lines up like this: 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, and 6 want to close. The 1 horse doesn't need the lead there. He's EP type. He can pilot or co-pilot. The 3 horse absolutely wants to be a co-pilot. At the start of the race, well, it looks like the 1 will absolutely be the pilot. 7 points clear of everybody else, so should be able to come out of the gate with a little bit of ease and get the lead. Really nobody to clear. As far as the late speed is concerned, it does look like Lady Monique, that 5 horse, about a length quicker than everybody else, and heck, it should be right off the pace with everybody else. Top total pace horse in here is Lady Monique, the closer, 8 points better than Lady Emily Catherine. pretty tight after that, though, Terry. Maybe that long shot 5 is a good play. What do you think?
Well, I like the 6 Bomb Squad. She has won 2 races in a row, goes for a hat trick, and likes the distance. Then the 1, Lady Emily Caitlin, is my second choice. She drops in class today. Her best all-weather speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and this combination in the last 14 days have been in the money 7 out of 8 starts, winning 3 of those, 2 seconds, and 1/3. Then I like the 2, Shining Sky, another horse who has won 2 races in a row and now goes for a hat trick, drops in class today, and has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 4, Our Awesome Sauce, is my long shot, finished 3rd versus similar in her last race at Gulfstream Park, and she can handle the distance. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start it off with that 1 horse with all of that speed up there. Big early speed advantage over everybody else, taking the biggest drop in class, nearly 1 length easier today than Lady Emily Catherine's last go. Bomb Squad, top last race speed figure, 3 points better than the next closest competitor. Won its last 2 races, as you pointed out, Terry, and it's run on Gulfstream Park all-weather twice. Got the W in both of those, and both of them were routes, just like today. Lady Monique, we saw that long shot, is the top total pace horse in here, 7 points better than anybody else. Runs well enough to get an in-the-money finish in first ups. And then finally, Citrus Bell, the 3 horse, hard call over to 2 for me, but in the second up is a better effort usually from the 3 than we get to the 1. I got that all backwards. What I'm saying basically is the 3 horse runs better in today's cycle than the 2 horse does in its normal cycle. I don't know what the hell I just wrote in there, but all right. Sometimes I confuse myself. I'm going to do a $5 exact box, 1, 5, and 6, and I'm hoping that long shot can take home the top prize and give me a good payout there. The middle race on the card today, Terry, of 9 is the 5th race. But before we move on to the 5th, it's important that you don't miss tomorrow's Gulfstream Park show or Fridays, 4 and Friday with Tom and I at Shaw 10. And there's one way to make sure that you don't miss any single thing that we do around here, Terry, and what is that?
Well, you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. It's free and it doesn't cost you anything. It's very easy to do. And go ahead and hit the little bell there so that you're notified about all our programs coming up. And then copy the link at the bottom and share it with all your people that you know so they can come and check us out too. And then go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us thumbs up and likes. That helps us out quite a bit to get more tools to help you out. And then keep these comments and picks coming on during the show, as we like to see them, and they really help with the algorithms.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate those folks who have hit the subscribe button. We would like to get to 10,000 in 2025 because, indeed, Twitter and YouTube will open up or unleash a whole new set of tools. And from what I've heard from other folks that are in the social media realm, influencers, which I kind of find funny, Terry and I influencers, that's borderline hilarious. But once you hit 10,000, they tend to open up the floodgates so that your traffic grows much, much faster. All right, Terry, speaking of fast, 6 furlongs in race number 5. That's what they're going to do. Tell us about the conditions for the mid-race.
Well, it's a claiming race, $8,000 claiming price, purse $23,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 2 races.
Yeah, these dirt 6 furlongers, they favor early speed, 38% of which gate to wire winners. Big time rail bonus for Ikati King. It's 2 through 7. It's kind of fair. So far, nobody that's been 8 or out has gotten the W. So if Etta King has some early speed, Terry, it could be dangerous, but it looks like most of the gas is on the outside.
Yeah, all of them show speed, but the 2 outside horses have the most speed. But it's another anyone guess race for me. The 1 has an overlay from 3 to 2 to 2 to 1. The 3 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 7 to 2. All of them have par plus. All have C zones, and the 3 has a nice 31% Q30.
Yeah, look out for amazing woo. There's a guy who used to be in Chicago who was a Cubs fan. His name was Ronnie Woo Woo, and anytime you'd see him, he'd be like, Cubs, woo, Sandberg, woo. He would say one word, and then after everything would be woo. And very famous guy for Chicagoans who were around during those times. Well, the 7 in here, Terry, David Song, looks like it could be a loanee if it can get out to the front. The 1 and 8, they want to settle in the stalking positions. The 3, 4, and 6, they would prefer to close. Looking at how they'll line up early on, it does look like the 4, Gucci Boy. That's the left arrow horse. Those are closers that, with their typical early speed, puts them in contention early on. Really, the only one that might not be in that mix is Southern Dream. Could sit way back there at the beginning. Looks like Southern Dream could sit way back there at the end too, Terry. Amazing. Woo! Late pace. Woo! That one is about a length quicker than everybody else down the stretch. And your top total pace picture here, Terry, kind of goes, ratchets it down a little bit. 3-1-7-4. It's almost how I have them ranked, Terry. It is how you have them ranked. Tell me why.
Number 3, Amazing Woo, has finished in the money in his last 6 races, winning one of the starts, has a high percentage winning jockey, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. And then number 1 is my second choice. He finished 3rd versus Tupper in his last race. Rail Post is winning 27% clip, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. David Song, the 7. 3rd choice, finished 3rd versus Tupper in his last race, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then I like Gucci Boy, the 4, as my long shot. Ran 2nd versus Similar in his last race. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
Akadi King, the rail horse, very consistent performer, gets the strong rail and gets the strong jockey today. Irad Ortiz. Amazing. Woo. Recent. Woo. Work. Woo. Suggest. Woo. They will send this one today. And also has the most late speed to boot. I don't even know how Ronnie Woo would do that, because I would get confused. Did I woo or did I not woo on the last woo? Gucci Boy, the 4 horse, Terry. That's you right there. Solid chance to be forward. The distance works for this guy. 11 times, no wins, but 8 seconds. Sooner or later, his nose is going to be in front of somebody at the finish line. And a 3rd. David Song is the loanee. Good shot to be on the lead here today, Terry. And those pace setters, when they get to the front, a lot of times their confidence grows. Race number 6 is where we go, Terry, for the next bit of information.
That's right. We're going to go to 5 furlongs on the all-weather surface. Optional claiming race, $35,000 claiming price if you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed. Purse, $41,000. And it's for 4-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $25,000 or less since January 29th, 2023, or a claiming price of $35,000.
Let's say the 6th race, the morning line guy has it wrong. That number 7, Power Attack, with Emilio the jockey, should be the morning line of 3-1 rather than 30-1. All right, well, that could be right. If you wanted to buy Red River Rebel, you could do so right here for $35,000. That's how you know they're in to be bought. At 5 furlongs, much like 5.5 furlongs on that all-weather track, getting them up and putting them down faster than anybody else early on is the best way to get to the winner's circle. With 30% winning wire to wire, there's a big discount for the rail. So Red River Rebel might have to work harder. 2 and 3, a small discount. 4 through 7, a small bonus. 8 and out, a small bonus. So looks like Buffalo Girls around the outside with some early speed, Terry, is the best way to win this one. And, well, we do have a couple of them here that are a bit quicker than everybody else at the start.
Yeah, all but the 1 has speed, but the 3 and 5 have the most speed. They could go head-to-head to that quarter pole, and the 4 has an overlay from 3-1, 4-1. The 5 has an overlay from 12-1 to 15-1, and the 7's overlay is from 12-1 to a nice 30-1. And all of them have par plus, and all have C zones.
Our attack should be 3-1, according to Private Ross and his looking at e-ponies. Our trip handicapping, well, the 1 wants to close. All right, that's interesting. The 5 and 7 want to be up on the lead. The 4 horse right in here, pressure type 2, 3, and 6. They really have a lot of ability to be anywhere on the track. Taking a look at our early pace, we find the 3 horse, the PC type. Can get to the lead, doesn't necessarily need the lead, but all of these horses within 9 points. So be careful, much like we saw in the opening race, not to get caught wide, because that could be a losing trip at the end of the race. If you're looking for some horse with some late speed, Mr. Narcissistic. That one, of course, will think it looks the best down the stretch. And your top total pace picture, Terry, we see the 2, Mr. Narcissistic, Uncapped Warrior, Dr. Jeff, One Whirlwind Ride. Those are your top four. Who are your top four?
Well, I like number one, Red River Rebel. He ran third versus Tougher in his last race, drops in class today, and he has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Mr. Narcissistic, the 2 is my second choice. Has won 6 races out of the last 8 starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 3 is my third choice, won 2 races in a row, now goes for a hat trick, likes the distance, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Number 4, Dr. Jeff. He ran second versus Similar in his last race. His best all-weather speed, his fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. He's my long shot. I'm going to play the second and last pick 4. I think this is a wide open race, so I'm going to go all in the first leg. Then I'm going to go with the 2, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm going to single the 1, and then I'm going to finish with the 2, 4, 8, $42 ticket.
I'm going to start with the 3 horse, Catamosto. That one is run at Gulfstream Park uno dos times, and it won uno dos times. In fact, this horse absolutely digs the all-weather track. 5 of them, 4 of them ending up in the winner's circle, 1 of them second place. The 2 horse, Mr. Narcissistic, 9 straight high-quality starts and runs hot off the bench, like it will in its first up today. Red River Rebel, coming in from Woodbine, was really considering this horse, has 1 trip at Gulfstream Park. It finished third. So, you know what? I'll put it at third again because the rail stinks. Number 4, Dr. Jeff. The last race was better than it looks. Its final time was nearly a second faster than its prior start. I'm just going to go with 2 horses, 2, 3. Completely different look in our pick 4s at the opening leg here. 2, 4, and 6. 1, 5, 6, 7, 2, 6, 8, and 10 to close it out for my final pick 4 of the day. I'm also going to put 15 to win and 10 to place on that 3 horse who absolutely loves the synthetic surface. Hopefully he absolutely loves it for me today. Race number 7, Terry, as we make our way to the last 3 on the card. Another one of those, is it a sprint? Is it a route?
Yep, 7 furlongs, optional claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, first $96,000, and it's for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won $20,000 once, other than maiden claiming starter or restricted, or which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $25,000.
I think maybe I can qualify. I've never won 20,000 once, Terry. Have you?
Nope.
All right, so 7 furlongs, as we mentioned, it does tend to favor horses that can get out and get going early on. 35%, so a whole lot of them, they win wire to wire. The best place to be is on the rail. So Uncle Charlie's Gift might outrun those 20-1 odds with Dylan Davis on the mount. The inside 3, as a matter of fact, have a pretty good edge in there. Well, 4 and out, the closer to the rail, the better. Terry, so who's got the speed in race number 7?
Well, they all show speed, but the 6 shows the most speed, so that 6 can get out of that gate and get that quarter pole first. The 1 has an overlay 8-1 to 20-1. 5 has an overlay 5-2 to 6-1. All but the 4 have par plus numbers. All of them have C zones, and the 3 has a nice 33% Q30.
Yes, so we don't have Great Lilo in there as the top C zone horse. In fact, those C zone horses have been really, again, doing really well. Just races matching up to the running style. Great Lilo wants to be on the lead. The 6 wants to be in that pressure spot. The 1 wants to have any really flexibility. 2, 4, and 5. This really should favor horses that get front. The track bias favors horses that get to the front. We might regret not having Great Lilo in our picks in there, Terry. Late speed belongs to the 5 horse, Top Gun Rocket, Awesome Beast. They're both considerably faster than everybody else down the stretch. And really, aside from the 3 and the 6, they should be in that mix. They're also great as a top total pace horses. About 5 points better, at least, than everybody else. That's about a length and a half. The 4 and the 5, Terry, are they in your picks?
Well, I like Into Pleasure of 6. And actually 4 or 5 are in my picks, but Into Pleasure, 1 is last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 22% of the sprint races. He has a horse running in, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Dilger is my second choice. She's number 2. Finished third versus Tupper in his last race. His best dirt speed is fast among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Awesome Beast, the 4 is my third choice. Has finished in the money in both of his career starts and won one of those, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Top Gun Rocket, the 5 is my long shot. He won his last race at Churchill Downs, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
So I will begin the 7th race with the 6 horse, like you. It's a pleasure. A lot of improvement in its last start. Bullet workout since then. Going to continue up the speed ladder here. Awesome Beast, the 4 horse. 2 making its second start for the first time in its career. That's usually a good sign that the horse is finally healthy. Should be better today. Number 2, Dilger. That's your morning line favorite in here. Top last race speed figure, 7 points better than everybody else is probably why. Either of its last 2 starts probably ends up in the winner's circle here. And then the 5 horse, Top Gun Rocket. Most upside in the race, and the distance fits this horse nicely. No additional bets for me either. Looks like they're trying to make their way to the gates for race number 2. Terry, right now, if you're looking for a little bit of value in the second spot, you're not going to find it in the 2 horse, Solomon's Gold. That's 7-5 right now. The 1 horse, no, not there either. The 3 horse, not there either. The 4 horse, not there either. The 5 horse, that's where you can find some value. Golden Skull, we have it at 7-1. It right now is 10-1. And the 7 horse at 5-1. So amazingly, everybody is either underpriced or overpriced. How about that?
Yeah, I see that happen sometimes.
The 2 is your favorite. Then the 3 horse, Gone Nuts in that mix. The 4 horse right in that as well. The 7 horse, that one's 5-1. So 2, 3, 4, and then the 7, then the 1, and the 5, and then the 1. Terry obviously hoping that the 5 horse brings home the winning trophy in his.
That'd be nice.
So in the gates, they finally, that 1 horse is kind of, it's one of them ghost horses, right? It's all white. Its coat looks nice. And are they going to make their way to the gate, or what are they doing over there? Dilly-dallying in the sun and fun of Hallandale, Florida today. Did you read about I guess Gulfstream is petitioning for people to separate the casino from the track?
Yep.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it means that if they don't get their way, they're going to close that track. And even if they do get their way, they're only promising to keep it open 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about going to that other track that's closed. I forget the name of it there in Florida.
You're talking about Hialeah Park?
Hialeah Park, yeah. And, of course, I read this morning about Northern California fair races. They did not put an application in for that. It appears there will be no fair races. Maybe Santa Rosa, because they're not part of the fair circuit, but there won't be any fair races, so to speak, here.
So what's it going to take for a revival, Terry, of horse racing? You think they just need to consolidate to less tracks?
Well, I think here in California, one of the big things is they never would let them put, some kind of other gambling thing like slot machines or something like that into the or casino. I think that's helped a lot of the tracks because they're able to, give better purses, and I think it also draws more people to the tracks. So I think that's a big thing that they probably need to do. So.
Well, I mean, in Pennsylvania, we do parks. I mean, we see at Ben Salem, Pennsylvania, because we do that every Monday and Tuesday. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube show if you haven't done so on YouTube. If you're watching on X right now, please follow us and retweet so other folks can find our horse racing content. But you look at Pennsylvania, I mean, that sport's growing in Pennsylvania, right? And we got 10 races every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at parks. The fields are usually pretty thick. Horses aren't bad, and they seem to have a successful model. I just wonder why other places don't follow it. I don't know if they have a casino at parks. I think they do.
Yeah.
But still, whatever they're doing, they have a breeding program. They have like state races where they benefit the state horses, and it seems to be working there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right. Well, we got all but the 7 lined up for race number 2. According to our simulations, a whole bunch of them have an opportunity to get to the lead. And, well, they're all kind of trying to run for the lead right now. So they're out there sprinting. You got the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 3, and the 4 have separated themselves from the rest of the field to get cracking. The 2 horse, that one's in the trail position, about a length off of the leaders right now. So they make their way down the stretch, the back stretch, about to make their first turn. They went through 22 and 3/10 of a second, so they're going a little bit on the quick side. The 3 horse, Gone Nuts, has gone nuts on the lead. The 2 horse and the 4 horse trying to give chase. The 2 horse definitely moving better than the 4 horse. 2 horse definitely moving better than the 3 horse. So the 2 horse right now is going to be one of those where I think the question is not going to be if it wins. The question is going to be the margin of victory. 3 horse is kind of hanging in there, maybe going to give it a run to come back. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to fight to finish in second. Looks like maybe that 5 horse could give the 1 a run, the 2 for a run for the money as they make their way towards the finish line. He is coming up kind of aggressively. I don't know that he has enough pace there because the jockey really hasn't asked the 2 to go. I don't think he hit him with the whip. There's the first whip. Bang. To get him to change leads. 2, 5, 3, and 1. 2, 5, 3, and 1 in race number 2. Let's move on. I was kind of hoping the 1 would get that one there too, Terry, but he never really got into the mix there. All right. We're off to the late daily double starting in race number 8, right? We did race number 7, so we got the double to go, and then we're done for today. Back for Gulfstream tomorrow again. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss that. Let's not miss out on all the key details for race 8.
all right. Well, it's a 1/16 all weather. It's a purse of 17,000. I mean, it's claiming race 17,500. It's purse 33,000, and it's for fillies 3-year-olds.
3 horse to win the second race. Oh, well, who won the second race? The 2 horses won the second race, right? Just a little spaced out. All right, a $1.16 on the all-weather, the Tapeta. You're looking for horses that stock. A quarter of them still managed to win at that long distance. That's pretty good. The best place is to be bugged out on the rail. 2 and 3 get a discount. 4 and out is fair. So really the only 2 places you don't want to be is number 2 or number 3, Terry. Who's got the best chance to get the lead here?
Well, as you can see there, there's lots of speed, but the 7 has the most speed in here, followed up by the 1. They could go out together and get to the quarter pole right together. The 2 has an overlay from 9-2 to 10-1. 7 has an overlay from 6-1 to 10-1. All have par plus and all have C zones.
Our race shape for the 8th race today. Well, you got 3 on the lead, 1 in the middle, 4 in the back. These lone horses, no matter where they are in the middle, they can be really dangerous. So look out for Grace Shashi. Take another look at the past performances and see if there's a reason you can make a case for that horse. You can make a case for Kiss Cam and Bugged Out to be up on the front there. Those are your 2 front runners. The 5 should be in that mix too. So look out. It should line up just like it says here. The late speed belongs to Pocket Pair, that 5 horse. So if Pocket Pair is up on the lead, has that 1 length lead advantage over everybody else, might go wire to wire. Might not be able to pass, but you can't catch there, Terry. Pocket Pair is also your top total pace horse. You got the 5, the 1, and the 7. They are at least a length better than the rest, according to our total pace. So maybe those 3 horses get to the front and stay there. Run some order of 1, 2, 3 all the way around the track. Terry, what do you think?
I like the number 1 Bugged Out, and it's my pick of the day here at Gulfstream Park. She's won 2 races out of her last 3 starts. The rail post winning at a 21% clip, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 6 as my second choice. Ran second versus similar in her last race and can go the distance. Pocket Pair, the 5 is my third choice. One has won a race out of her last 3 starts, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And jockey Bling Burr is my long shot, the 3. Finished third versus similar in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 1 horse, $5 exacta key box, 1 with the 3, 5, 6, and a $10 exacta 1 on top of the 3, 5, 6. $5 daily double, one with 2, 4, 8, and 10. That's it.
Actually, that race went 2, 5, 3, and then 1 in race number 2. Sorry about that. I know people get hot when you miscall the final order. Don't get hot at me. I'm not Peter Aiello. I am not the king of making race calls. All right, I'm going to start with the one horse bugged out as well, Terry. Strong Rail should be a better horse in the second start after a layoff. Kiss Cam. This one's going to go long for the first time of its career. We see it has plenty of early speed in its regular races. The horse likes to close as well, too. So maybe Irad, switching to Irad, that he'll have that horse positioned to use the front speed if it needs it and the late speed if it has it. Pocket Pair, third consecutive start after a layoff. Pretty handy handicapping angle there. Did have a tough trip in its last race and perhaps a little cleaner trip today, along with some closing ability. Puts that one in the money. And then Vino Limon just missed last out at this level. And today, getting extra distance, if it had it that day, it probably would have been a winner. No more bets for me. One final time before we move on to race number 9. Free picks today, guaranteed tip sheet for Louisiana Downs. There are links wherever you follow us. Please make sure you use those so they know where it is that you are coming from. Just a few minutes from now, we will post our picks, our thoughts, along with the replay of the show at horseracingtoday.net. You'll find a link to that all right here. You'll also find a link to our HRT gear right there. Get a hat, get a T-shirt, get a sweatshirt, get an apron to get ready for all of your summer barbecuing. Terry, let's get ready for race number 9 at Gulfstream Park today.
Okay, so in race 9, it's going to go on a mile on the turf again, claiming 25,000, purse 37,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Gulfstream grass for a mile. Does favor stalkers again, middle forward. 20% of the horses get to the lead, stay to the lead, and just make one complete turn around the track right there. There's a little bit of a rail discount for cruising. 2 through 7, that's the best positions to own. And then 8 and out gets discounted. Terry, still plenty of them. 20% going wire to wire. And maybe on the outside, Monet Never can do that.
Yeah, well, they have all of the horses have speed, but that 10 does have the most speed. Gets out of the gate good, should get that quarter pole first. 3 has an overlay from 11 to 1 to 30 to 1. 4 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 7 to 2, and the 5 has an overlay from 9 to 2 to 10 to 1. All but the 1 and 7 have par plus, and all of them have C zones.
Yeah, just looking at all of this green on here, that says wide open affair there, Mr. Terry. Maybe we can get some clues over here. Well, 2 and 3 want to be on the lead. 1, 4, 6. Well, everybody middle back there, Terry. So with 20% of them going wire to wire, maybe if the 2 and 3 can get out to easy leads and not burn one another out in a speed duel, they have a shot there. Pretty, yeah, it is still kind of tight though. Only 8 points. So Monet Never, Swinging Solo, all these horses with similar late speed got to be really careful not to catch that first left turn 4 or 5 wide. If any of them do, it does look like that 6-horse Swinging Solo, length better than everybody else down the stretch. Should be in good stalking position to maybe take advantage of that, Terry. Also has the top total pace, 10 points, 2 lengths better than For the Chief. Usually a horse that has a 10-point total pace advantage, Terry's in a great spot. The 5-horse, the Lone PC, looks like it should be in the mix at the end as well. Who's going to win the final race today, Terry?
I think 8, Captain. He drops in class today. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Number 4, For the Chief. He has won 1 race out of the last 3 starts, and he has a jockey who in the last 7 days has been in the money 4 out of 8 starts with 2 wins. And number 2, Into You, is my third choice. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and a bullet workout 4 furlongs on January 5th. And then the 10 is my long shot, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and can improve at this longer distance. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
I'm going to begin with the 2, Into You. That one there, Mr. Terry, strong workout, really strong workout, prepping for its first start after a layoff. I mentioned the 6-horse has that 10-point total pace advantage, taking a small class drop. Number 10, Monet Never, going long for the first time, has some strong late pace. And also we see good shot to be forward too, much like we saw with the prior race with the Irad horse. And then finally, Oh Captain, your top pick is my fourth choice here. Should be better up in its second race after a layoff, small drop in class. A little bit worried about that outside speed get hung wide, though. No additional bets for me as well. Here are all of our picks for today. Race number 1 was won by the 3 horse, then the 2 horse. Here's the way we see the rest of the card going today, Mr. Terry. Any final thoughts of wisdom for you, or something folks can do to make sure they don't miss our Gulfstream Park show tomorrow?
Well, they need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is easy to do. It doesn't cost anything. Hit the bell so you're notified about when that program starts tomorrow. And then also copy the link below and share it with all your friends, everybody you know, so that they can come and check us out too. Go to our social sites at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And you can see what the social sites are at the bottom here, scribing along there. And then go keep coming with these different comments and picks, such as Christopher just picked his pick for the 8th race. And we like that. It helps us out. We enjoy it. And it also helps our algorithms.
Then we'll be back tomorrow, Gulfstream Park, same Gulfstream time. Friday, Foreign Friday with Thomas. We'll be Shaw 10 next Monday, next Tuesday, back to Parks as we make our way to Wednesday and Thursday for Gulfstream Park and whatever the surprise for Foreign Friday will be. No matter what you're doing for the rest of this hump day, thank you for sharing it with Hollywood Hay and myself. We certainly hope that the rest of your day is blessed with God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do ends up in
the winner's circle.
Indeed. Have a fantastic Wednesday. We'll see you mañana.